What type of hair porosity do you have? Hair porosity is your hair's ability to absorb and retain moisture. This affects how well oils and moisture pass in and out of the outermost layer of your hair, known as the cuticle. Hair porosity is typically divided into three broad categories: low porosity, medium porosity, and high porosity. Low porosity cuticles that are close together, medium porosity cuticles that are less tightly bound, high porosity cuticles that are more widely spaced. What does hair porosity mean? To understand the concept of hair porosity, it helps to know a bit about the structure of your hair, which consists of three layers. These layers include the cuticle, the cortex, and the medulla. The cuticle, this is the tough protective outer layer of your hair that's made up of smaller cuticles that overlap each other. It contains fibers, proteins, and the pigment that gives your hair a color. The medulla, this is the soft central part of the hair shaft. For your hair to stay healthy and hydrated, water, oils, and other moisturizing products need to be able to pass through the cuticle to get to the cortex. But if the cuticles are too close together, it's not easy for water and oils to penetrate the hair. This can make it harder for your hair to get the moisture it needs. Also, if the cuticles are too widely spaced, your hair will have a harder time retaining moisture and staying hydrated. What causes low or high hair porosity? How your hair absorbs and retains moisture is largely due to genetics. So if low porosity hair runs in your family, there's a good chance you'll have low porosity hair too. But while genetics can affect porosity, it isn't the only contributing factor. Blow drying, bleaching, straightening, overwashing, and using harsh products can all damage your hair over time. This can cause your hair cuticles to become raised and open, which may make it harder for your hair to retain moisture. In addition to hair treatments, too much ultraviolet exposure can also increase the porosity of your hair. To protect your hair from the sun, wear a hat or some type of head covering when you're outdoors. Is there any easy way to test your hair porosity? Yes. One of the easiest ways to test your hair porosity is by using a glass of water. Here's how to do it. Shampoo and rinse your hair to remove any product buildup. Fill a glass with water. Once your hair is clean and dry, drop a single strand of your hair into the glass of water. Watch the strand to see if it sinks to the bottom of the glass or floats on the top. If your hair is low porous, the strand floats at the top before sinking. You likely have low porosity hair. Normal porosity, if the strand floats somewhere in the middle of the glass, you probably have medium or normal porosity hair. High porosity, if the strand quickly sinks to the bottom of the glass, you likely have high porosity hair. The characteristics of low porosity hair. With low porosity hair, the cuticles are tightly packed and very close together. This makes it harder for moisture to penetrate the hair shaft. You may have low porosity hair if hair products tend to sit on your hair and don't absorb easily. It's hard for water to saturate your hair while washing. It takes a long time for your hair to air dry. The characteristics of medium porosity hair. With medium or normal porosity hair, the cuticles aren't too close together but aren't too open either. This allows moisture to penetrate easily, and it also makes it easier to retain moisture for a longer period of time. You may have medium porosity hair if your hair is easy to style and can hold styles for a good length of time. Your hair takes color well. Your hair tends to look healthy, shiny, or glossy. It doesn't take too long for your hair to air dry. Heat damage and other chemical processes can cause normal porosity hair to change over time. The characteristics of higher porosity hair. Whether due to genetics or hair damage, high porosity hair allows moisture to be allowed into the hair shaft easily, yet it isn't able to retain moisture for long. This is because the cuticle tends to have gaps or space between them. You may have high porosity hair if water or other moisturizing products are quickly absorbed into your hair. Your hair tends to break easily. Your hair tends to be frizzy or dry. It doesn't take much time for your hair to air dry. Can you change your hair porosity? If you have high or low porosity hair due to genetics, you may not be able to change it. However, according to hair care experts, here are things you can do to make your hair healthier, more manageable, and easier to style. For low porosity hair, use protein-free conditioners. Apply conditioner to hair that's already wet. Look for ingredients like glycerin and honey in the shampoo and conditioners. Apply heat when you condition your hair. For high porosity hair, look for ingredients like butters and oils in the shampoo and conditioner. Use leave-in conditioners and sealers. Use a heat protectant product on your hair. Avoid hot water when shampooing and conditioning. Hair porosity may not be a term you hear often, but knowing what type of hair porosity you have can help you better understand how to manage, treat, and care for your hair, and that can lead to hair that's stronger and healthier. By understanding your hair porosity, you can take steps to ensure that you are managing it correctly and using products and ingredients that are well suited to your hair. Alright, that's it for the video. Please share your thoughts in the comments.